Very dangerous. Threatening. Illegal hunting is threatening the survival of animal species. Very realistic. Practical. He has theoretical knowledge of training, but no practical experience. Very deep. Profound. Her work touches something profound in the human consciousness. Very beautiful. Exquisite. The architect surrounded himself with exquisite objects. Very busy. Overloaded. She has overloaded her schedule with work, homework, and family accountabilities. Very careful. Cautious. They expressed cautious hopefulness about a solution to the catastrophe. Very clever. Brilliant. The depiction is a brilliant condensation of several years of work. Very confused. Perplexed. It perplexed her because she was tackling it the erroneous way. Very depressed. Despondent. He had become rather despondent about his lack of growth. Very detailed. Meticulous. Many hours of meticulous research have gone into writing the paper. Very brave. Courageous. It was a courageous judgment and one that everybody appreciated. Very excited. Thrilled. The movie has thrilled audiences throughout the world. Very fierce. Relentless. The present suburban family has a relentless appetite for housing. Very friendly. Affectionate. They appeared devoted to each other and were openly affectionate. Very difficult. Challenging. He accomplished the most challenging task without a mistake. Very good. Excellent. The communities make excellent boats from the tree trunks. Very exciting. Exhilarating. Our first free-fall jump was an exhilarating experience. Very interesting. Fascinating. The exhibition hall has a fascinating collection of ancient artifacts. Very lively. Animated. Their interpretations gave rise to an animated and lively discussion. Very loud. Deafening. When we ask individuals for suggestions, we get a deafening silence. Very scared. Petrified. Arizona is home to the Grand Canyon and the Petrified Woodland. Very nervous. Apprehensive. We were deeply apprehensive that something might go wrong. Very painful. Excruciating. Witnesses described the inhuman attack in excruciating detail. Very powerful. Compelling. There is no rationally compelling argument to support their claims. Very often. Frequently. Consonants are frequently integrated into neighboring consonants. Very roomy. Spacious. The conference room had spacious rooms with high ceilings. Very slow. Sluggish. The accommodation market has been very sluggish in the past few years. Very shiny. Gleaming. We observed the lights of the little city gleaming in the distance. Very tasty. Delicious. There's always a wide-ranging mixture of delicious meals to choose from. Very valuable. Precious. Experts can abstract precious medicines from ordinary substances. Very tired. Exhausted. She was too exhausted and concerned to talk about the tragedy. Very unhappy. Miserable. It is an assessment that makes people happy or miserable. Very creative. Innovative. The enterprise manufactures a variety of innovative lightweight products. Very crowded. Bustling. The gardens are a comfortable green space within the bustling town. Very dear. Cherished. She represented the picture as his most cherished possession. Very rich. Wealthy. Wealthy people often travel in winter to warmer, sunnier nations. Very risky. Perilous. Since the expedition is perilous, be sure to bring a first aid kit. Very bright. Luminous. His wristwatch has a luminous dial so he can see it in the dark. Very accurate. Exact. She started to phone me at the exact time I started to phone her. Very afraid. Terrified. I was completely terrified at the thought of jumping off the bridge. Very angry. Furious. Their anger suddenly erupted into furious shouting. Very bad. Atrocious. The witness said he had committed atrocious crimes against children. Very calm. Serene. She could scarcely speak, but looked serene and delicately good-looking. Very charmed. Mesmerized. Audiences have been mesmerized by the film's dazzling photography. Very clean. Spotless. A spotless stove told us that her mother is a hard-working housekeeper. Very cold. Freezing. Sometimes temperatures can drop well below freezing in midwinter. Very colorful. Vibrant. China is at its most vibrant during the New Year celebrations. Very conventional. Conservative. The newspaper has a strong prejudice towards the Conservative Party. Very big. Immense. An immense volume of rocks and molten lava exploded. Very dull. Tedious. We had to listen to all the tedious details of her research. Very eager. Keen. To be fairly truthful with you, I'm not very keen on this type of music. Very evil. Wicked. The wicked old woman enchanted the princess with magic words. Very windy. Blustery. The blustery winds of summer had plummeted to a gentle breeze. Very fancy. Lavish. It was one of the most lavish marriage ceremonies I've ever been to. Very empty. Desolate. I could hardly visualize living on such a remote and desolate island. Very fast. Quick. You'll find these meals quick and easy to prepare for breakfast. Very fat. Obese. Obese individuals tend to have a higher blood pressure than slim people. Very fortunate. Blessed. You are everything to me, and I was blessed when God sent you here for me. Very funny. Hilarious. We thought the movie was hilarious when we first heard about it. Very distressing. Dreadful. She soon recognized he had made a dreadful mistake. Very glad. Overjoyed. He was overjoyed that her research paper had been published. Very happy. Ecstatic. The exhibition appealed to thousands of visitors and ecstatic evaluations. Very hard. Difficult. The neighboring mountains make the town difficult to evacuate. Very expensive. Costly. Killing time is the most extravagant and costly of all expenses. Very humble. Courteous. Although he time and again disagreed with me, he was always courteous. Very huge. Colossal. They were asking for a colossal amount of money for the new project. Very kind. Considerate. The owner of this company is always considerate towards his employees. Very limited. Finite. I only have a finite amount of time to complete this assignment. Very little. Tiny. Happiness is about having each tiny wish come true for many people. Very hungry. Starving. The predicament of starving people is too awful to think about. Very important. Crucial. Money will be crucial to the accomplishment of our commitments. Very inexpensive. Cheap. Such cheap products obviously rely on dirt cheap manual labor. Very smelly. Pungent. The more aromatic plant you use, the more pungent the sauce will be. Very soft. Downy. The downy little chicken nestled comfortably with its mother. Very lovely. Stunning. The scene was stunning, and for a time captivated all our attention. Very messy. Slovenly. Their table manners completely reveal the slovenly appearance. Very much. Enough. He who thinks that he has knowledge enough has none. Very neat. Immaculate. The immaculate state of the park bears evidence of a lifetime's effort. Very pleasant. Amiable. Behind that amiable facade, she is a deeply unpleasant woman. Very poor. Destitute. The local authority delivered relief for the destitute. Very proud. Honored. He was honored with an award for excellence in philosophy. Very old. Ancient. He was well informed on ancient Chinese astronomical writings. Very quick. Rapid. There has been a rapid acceleration in the development of the industry. Very quiet. Silent. A silent tongue and a true heart are the most valuable possessions on earth. Very sad. Sorrowful. With a sorrowful sigh, he folded the document and put it away. Very shy. Timid. These timid little animals exude a pungent smell when threatened. Very simple. Basic. The basic expressions of a language are those words that must be learned. Very skinny. Skeletal. They discovered the skeletal remains of a corpse buried near the canal. Very sleepy. Lethargic. Idleness and contemplation left him lethargic and uninterested in anything. Very strong. Unyielding. The deprived family trained his unyielding and tenacious character. Very talented. Gifted. Their teacher is gifted with amazing powers of patience. Very weak. Frail. The child is still very frail and will need lots of tender loving care. Very sorry. Apologetic. Mike was very apologetic about forgetting my birthday. Very special. Exceptional. The death sentence is allowable only under exceptional circumstances. Very upset. Distraught. My parents were terribly distraught at the news of the accident. Very wicked. Villainous. She was neither heroic nor villainous, she was simply excellent. Very worried. Distressed. The news of my grandmother's death distressed me greatly.